Dealers love paid-off cars because they know exactly how fast they can resell them. You think you are upgrading, but sometimes you are trading a proven machine for unknown debt, higher insurance, and fresh risk. Today, we are covering 5 cars you should keep if they are healthy. Number 1 is dealer bait. Number 5. Toyota Prius V, 2015 to 2017. This wagon is not exciting, and that is exactly why selling it can become a costly, foolish, painful mistake. The Toyota Prius V from 2015 to 2017 is one of those cars people forget until they need space, fuel economy, and cheap daily service in the same driveway. We like the 2, 3, and 4 trims with clean hybrid history, normal tires, and no taxi story hiding in the seats. It uses Toyota's 1.8-liter hybrid system with an eCVT, and that setup is not quick, but it is smooth, efficient, and easy for hybrid shops to understand. The Prius V matters because Toyota stopped selling it here, and newer replacements do not hit the same simple wagon sweet spot. That is the trap with discontinued good cars. The market makes them look old, but replacement cost makes them look smarter every year. A 2017 Prius V often sits around $13,800 to $15,150, depending on trim and condition. That sounds like real money until you price what replaces it. A new Prius starts at around $30,000 but gives less wagon utility. A Crown Signia starts around $44,490 before the real world adds taxes, fees, and insurance. That is the trap. The dealer sees your paid-off hybrid wagon as inventory. You see an old car. He sees a hard-to-replace Toyota with cargo room. Street truth, if the hybrid battery is healthy, coolant stays level, the brake booster is quiet, and your annual repairs stay under $2,000, keeping beats trading. The weak points are not imaginary. Watch for hybrid battery age, brake actuator noise, EGR neglect, head gasket warning signs on high-mile cars, water leaks, and tired suspension. Your keep checklist is simple. Scan hybrid battery health, monitor coolant level, listen for brake booster cycling, and check tire wear. Dealers will say they do not make this anymore, so now is the perfect time to move up. They know you cannot replace this cargo space and fuel economy cheaply. If this car still gives 40+ miles per gallon, hauls your gear, and starts every morning, do not trade it for a payment just because the showroom smells new. Also, look at what the car actually does for you every week. If it carries groceries, tools, pets, and highway miles while sipping fuel, that utility has real value. I would rather spend on fresh tires, coolant service, brake service, and hybrid testing than hand over a proven wagon for a tall crossover with less room and a bigger bill. Keep receipts, because proof turns an old Prius V from a tired car into a smarter asset. And once you understand that math, the next Lexus starts looking less like an old luxury car and more like a paid-off comfort machine. The next car is a luxury sedan that people sell too early because they forget how expensive quiet comfort has become. If this straight ownership talk helps you, subscribe. We show reliable cars worth keeping before a dealer talks you into expensive unknown debt. Number 4. Lexus ES 350, 2007 to 2012. Quiet comfort gets expensive fast, and that is why a maintained Lexus ES 350 should not be treated like disposable old furniture. We are talking about 2007 to 2012 ES 350 models that are stock, maintained, and free from overheating history. Under the hood is the 3.5-liter 2GRFE V6 with a conventional automatic, and that combo is one of the reasons old Lexus owners get so stubborn. It is not a sports sedan. It is a silent, plush, stable highway machine that eats miles without acting dramatic. The market may only hand you modest trade money. A 2007 ES might be valued around the mid-$5,000 range, and a clean 2012 can sit around $11,000 or more, depending on miles. But try replacing the same quiet, smooth leather seat comfort with a new Lexus ES. Now you are staring at roughly $48,000 to nearly $60,000 before the finance office gets clever. That is where people get fooled. They compare age against age, not comfort against replacement cost. That is not a small upgrade. That is a whole new debt life. The inflection point is easy. If your ES stays cool, shifts smooth, has no major leaks, no structural rust, and costs under $2,500 per year to keep safe and roadworthy, you are probably winning. Known weak points include water pump seepage, timing cover leaks, ignition coils, worn struts, dashboard cracks, old rubber bushings, and tired engine mounts. None of that automatically means sell it. It means inspect it like an adult. Check coolant stability, warm transmission shifts, front suspension, oil leaks, and air conditioning performance. If those pass, your car may be better than half the newer stuff sitting under bright lights. Dealers love saying, "This Lexus is getting old, and repairs will get expensive." They want you scared enough to give up a proven car and sign for a fresh payment. Here is the garage truth. A repair bill hurts once, a bad loan hurts every month, and if that line makes you uncomfortable, good, because that is exactly what the math dealers hope you do not run. If your ES still drives silent, tracks straight, and feels tight at 70 miles per hour, selling it for a lower trade number is bad math. Put money into maintenance before you put money into depreciation. Replace worn struts, service fluids, fix seepage early, and keep good tires on it. That is how you keep luxury comfort without luxury pricing. I also look at how the car starts cold, how the engine idles with the air conditioning on, and whether the steering feels loose over broken pavement. Those little checks tell you if the car is aging gracefully or asking for attention. Do not let a cracked dashboard or faded headlight trick you into thinking the whole car is finished. Cosmetic age is not a mechanical failure. If the engine, transmission, cooling system, and structure are sound, the ES is still a calmer place to spend a long commute than many newer budget cars. A dealer cannot put your maintenance history into the next car. That history is earned, and on an old Lexus, it matters more than a fresh brochure. But the next car is even sneakier, because once Honda killed this engine choice, clean ones stopped being just used cars. The next one is the last kind of Accord many old-school Honda guys still respect. Number 3. Honda Accord V6, 2014 to 2017. Old-school Honda buyers know this Accord is different, because Honda does not hand out smooth V6 power in the Accord anymore. That means you are not just keeping an old Accord. You are keeping a drivetrain Honda already walked away from. The 2014 to 2017 Accord V6, especially EXL and touring trims, is a car you think about carefully before selling. Sedan or coupe, clean records matter more than color. The heart is the 3.5-liter J35 V6, usually with a 6-speed automatic, and in rare coupe form, a 6-speed manual that Honda fans still chase. That engine gives real passing power, quiet highway strength, and a naturally aspirated feel that newer turbo 4-cylinder cars do not copy. A 2017 Accord V6 upper trim can sit around $16,500 to $17,700, depending on body style, miles, and trim. A new Accord starts around $30,000 and can climb past $40,000 in touring hybrid form, but it will not give you that old V6 character. Dealers will say, you will get better fuel economy and something newer. Maybe, but you may also get a payment, higher insurance, more tech, a turbo, or a powertrain you do not like as much. Keeping beats selling when timing belt service is current. The automatic shifts, clean. There is no oil use drama, and yearly cost stays under $2,500 to $3,000. Weak points are real. Timing belt service, VCM-related concerns, motor mounts, transmission, fluid neglect, oil leaks, and worn suspension. Your keep checklist is timing belt proof, transmission fluid history, cold start smoothness, VCM symptoms, and tire wear. Do not guess on the timing belt. If it is due, budget it and keep the car. That is still cheaper than replacing the whole vehicle. The dealer wants to frame age as danger. I frame known history as value. If you know how the car was serviced, how it shifts, how it sounds cold, and how it behaves on the highway, that knowledge is worth money. A newer, unknown car may have cleaner paint and a bigger screen, but it has not earned your trust yet. If this Accord is paid off, stable, and maintained, do not sell it because a salesman waves a fuel mileage number at you. Fuel savings can disappear fast when the new payment lands. Listen for a motor mount vibration at idle. Watch for harsh downshifts. And check if the previous owner serviced the transmission as it mattered. A strong V6 with clean fluid should feel confident, not jerky or tired. If the car cruises smoothly at 70 miles per hour and still pulls hard without smoke, it is giving you something new Accords no longer offer. The next car is boring in the best way, and boring is exactly why you should not hand it over. Number 2. Toyota Camry, 2015 to 2017, 2.5. A boring Camry can be a financial weapon, and the 2015 to 2017 2.5-liter car is exactly that. We are talking LE, SE, XLE, or XSE trims, with a 2.5-liter 2ARF E 4-cylinder, and a 6-speed automatic. This window avoids the ugly reputation of the older 2AZ oil-burning years and keeps the simple Toyota sedan formula alive. It is not flashy. It is not rare. It will not make your neighbor ask questions, and that is exactly why dealers want it. They know boring Toyotas sell fast to people who are tired of headaches. Good. That is why you keep it. A 2017 Camry in good condition might trade around $10,000 to $11,000, while private party value can reach roughly $12,000 to $13,000. That sounds tempting until you price replacement. A new Camry starts around $30,000 and moves toward the high $30,000 range before taxes, fees, insurance, and whatever package the dealer offers you need. The math gets ugly fast. If your Camry is paid off, rust-free, not burning oil, shifting smooth, and costing under $2,000 per year to maintain, trading, it is usually bad math. Dealers will say, you have equity and we can lower your monthly payment. They stretch the loan, take your good used Camry, and restart your debt clock. The weak points are manageable. Front suspension wear, torque converter shutter on some examples, door lock actuators, aging infotainment, tire wear, and alignment issues. Your keep checklist is warm transmission shifts, oil level, coolant level, suspension clunks, and tire pattern. Drive it at highway speed. If it tracks straight, stops clean, and shifts without flare or bang, you have something worth protecting. Selling hurts because the trade number feels good for 5 minutes. Then you realize the replacement does the same basic job with more pay, more insurance, and less known history. I have seen owners dump a reliable Camry because the seat was worn, then spend years paying for a newer car that did nothing better except look fresher. That is not upgrading. That is losing perspective. Put fresh tires on it. Service the transmission. Replace worn struts. Fix the door lock actuator if it annoys you. Those are repairs, not reasons to sign a loan. If the engine and transmission are healthy, you are holding one of the best paid-off daily drivers in America. The sweet spot is after 100,000 miles, when depreciation has already done its damage, but the car still has years left if maintained. That is when dealers love to call it old, even though the expensive part of ownership may already be behind you. A $500 suspension job, a battery, or new tires can feel annoying. But compare that to 5 years of payments and higher insurance. Repairing a good Camry often looks boring. Replacing it can be brutal. And number one is the vehicle dealers want because it is almost cash sitting in your driveway. Subscribe if you want smarter ownership advice without dealership smoke. We compare payments, repairs, insurance, and real long-term value before you trade. Number 1. Toyota Tacoma 2005 to 2015. Dealers want this Tacoma because they already know the next buyer is waiting, and that should make you suspicious, careful, and maybe a little stubborn. The 2005 to 2015 Toyota Tacoma is the strongest never-sell pick here because it keeps value even when old, scratched, high-mile, work-worn, or ugly. I am not saying any condition is good. Frame condition decides everything. That is the line. A rusty Tacoma is a warning. A clean frame Tacoma is almost rolling currency. But an honest, running, frame-solid Tacoma is often worth more to you than any trade-in number they flash on a screen. Regular cab, access cab, double cab, two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, four-cylinder, V6, manual, automatic. They all have demand when the truck is solid. The drivetrain choices are the 2.7-liter four-cylinder or 4-liter V6, with rear-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. A 2015 Tacoma can still sit around $15,000 to $25,000, depending on trim, cab, mileage, and condition. Even a 2005 access cab can hold real private party value. Now, price a new Tacoma. You are looking around the mid-$30,000 starting point, and nicer double cab trucks can push into the $50,000 neighborhood. That is not a simple upgrade. That is a debt reset with new insurance, new taxes, and new unknowns. The inflection point is simple. If the frame is solid, the title is clean, the truck passes inspection, four-wheel drive works if equipped, and yearly cost stays under $3,000, keeping beats selling unless you truly need something different. Dealers will say, "Your Tacoma is worth a lot right now." Translation, exactly, and that is why you should not let it go casually. The weak points are frame rust, leaf springs, lower ball joints on older trucks, wheel bearings, radiator and transmission cooler concerns on some automatics, timing belt service on some V 6 years where applicable, and worn suspension. Your keep checklist is frame rails, cab mounts, brake lines, leaf spring area, four-wheel drive engagement, coolant condition, and transmission behavior. Crawl under it, or pay someone who will. A shiny Tacoma with a rusty frame is not a keeper. A scratched Tacoma with clean metal underneath might be gold. Selling hurts because you trade away a proven truck, then shop for a new midsize pickup with a giant price, more complicated tech, and a payment that makes weekend projects feel expensive. If your truck hauls mulch, pulls a small trailer, gets you to work, and starts every morning, do not confuse age with failure. Age is not the enemy. Rust, neglect, and bad math are the enemy. Keep maintenance boring. Change fluids. Watch frame corrosion. Keep decent tires. Service the cooling system. If it is paid off and reliable, that truck is doing its job. Dealers love Tacoma trades because they move fast on the used lot. That means the truck has value before and after you leave the dealership. Make sure you are not the only person in the deal who fails to respect that value. The funny part is that scratches, faded bumpers, and worn seats barely scare Tacoma buyers when the frame is clean. That is different from normal cars. A rough Camry loses value fast, but a Tacoma with a dented bed and honest service can still have buyers lined up. That market strength belongs to you before it belongs to the dealer. One more thing, do not let a strong offer make you forget replacement pain. Used Tacoma prices stay stubborn because buyers trust them, and new truck pricing is heavy. If yours has a clean frame, working four-wheel drive, and boring records, you are holding a tool, not clutter. If you need a bigger towing rig, fine, sell with purpose. But if the truck still does your real work, keep the proven machine and avoid debt. Before you sell any car like this, run the simple math. Not emotion, math. Keeping formula. Keep it if it is paid off, has no major rust or structural damage, and the engine and transmission are healthy. Keep it if brakes, tires, lights, suspension, and safety items are current. Keep it if annual repairs and maintenance stay under $2,000 for a Camry or Prius V, under $2,500 for an Accord V6 or Lexus ES, and under $3,000 for a Tacoma. The dealer wants you to think about trade value. I want you to think about replacement cost. Add insurance, taxes, interest, and registration before you call a trade an upgrade. If keeping the car costs less than a payment year after year, you are not behind. You are winning. When the yearly repair number stays lower than payments, full coverage insurance jumps, and new car depreciation, keeping a car is not a cheap behavior. It is smarter ownership. That is the part dealers avoid saying out loud. They want your reliable used inventory, but they are not the ones living with the next payment, the next warranty limit, or the next surprise. Your driveway math matters more than showroom lighting, every single time. A paid-off proven car is not a failure. It is leverage for you. If this saves you money, subscribe. We show reliable cars worth keeping, costly trade-in traps, and simple math before dealers get involved. Click the video on your screen next. We'll show the car dealers quietly want back. Subscribe for reliable picks, smarter ownership, and fewer payment traps.